Hey folks, Kelly Indy Smith here, and welcome to my video. So I know this video is a bit different, um, just because clearly I'm not in the comfort of my room. I don't have my lighter with me, and not that it matters, because I did say that the lighter was just a symbolic representation of helping me get a point across or whatnot. But for me, it's just I have to adapt to the times. I have to adapt to the natural flow of life when things changes. So if I have to wait until that, I'm back in the comfort of my space to make a video and whatnot, that's just gonna be time wasted. I'm going to waste opportunities to actually share, the meditations that I've been given to share. So I just wanna put that out there and address that. But what I wanted to actually talk about and get into was the fact that there's going to be a time, and I'm not claiming to be, a prophet. I'm not claiming to be any of that, but it's just sitting down, observing, and reasoning. But there's going to be a time where, persons like myself, a lot of persons who are indicating towards truth, who are indicating towards a spiritual shift, who are indicating others to, living the best version of themselves intended by the Most High, showing, a spiritual reality, trying to paint that picture for persons. There's going to be a time where a lot of people, and it might be you who are actually viewing this, a lot of people are not even going to be able to relate to what we're saying. A lot of people are not even going to be able to grasp what we're saying. It's going to be like, what is she even talking about, or what he even talking about? And that's just because, again, a lot of times, and not a lot of times, but things of the spirit, they are discerned through the spirit. And if you don't have the spirit, the right spirit in you, you will not be able to perceive or understand what someone who is equipped with the spirit is saying. So there's going to be a time where we who are trying to reach persons for spiritual awakening, for truth and spirit, for following the true way. In my case, that true way is Yeshua, that is Jesus Christ. You're not even going to be able to relate, because you find that it's going to be so far ahead, so deep into it at that point, that the commonality where you could actually be like, oh, I could relate to that, it will not be there anymore, because you're going to be so far ahead into the awakening, so far ahead into the becoming, so far ahead into the unveiling, that it's going to be so difficult. And just to bring it down, because I realize someone might not even understand what I'm saying right now, just to bring it down, whereas like I said before, even in my last video I said it more specifically, that I realized I need to take it way back at times to just create a foundation where we could relate on, and that foundation could seriously be okay, create sacredness in your life. To others, that foundation could be, is there a God, and whatnot. But there's going to be a time where those conversations would have been conversations of the past. And it's not even to say that there's something new that could happen under the sun, because nothing is new under the sun. Whatever I'm saying, there's going to be someone 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, who comes in my I wouldn't say in my consciousness directly, but they come and they basically are doing the same thing, because there's nothing new under the sun. What I'm doing, someone else has already done it. But for people in this generation, for people in this now, in this time that we're trying to push forward, especially persons who are actually who are witnessing persons like myself, who see persons like myself, who come across content like persons like myself. So it's not just me, but persons out there who are saying something like, we are trying to sweep everyone in. We are trying to sweep you into this boundaries, or within the boundaries where you could be safe, within the boundaries where you could have a basis of protection, a basis of just who you are, a basis of who God is, and all of that. Because it's going to be a time where it would have already passed for you to get to that point. It would have been too late, and you would have been left behind. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to look like for persons who missed the foundations on becoming the version of them intended by the Most High. That was a class. I don't know how you're going to repeat it. I don't know, but I really just feel it in my heart, because I watch other persons like myself who are I would call them spiritual teachers. You can call them adjuncts, whatever you want. But I watch them, and I could relate to what they're saying. But I just realized that I could relate to them, and I'm not shocked, but it's teaching me that I'm also learning from them. So if I'm on this journey and I'm learning from others, what about people who are not on the journey and who are trying to learn and who like don't even know or can't understand or know the need to learn? Like, it's just so deep, and that's just been on my mind, because I'm like, there's gonna be a time where people won't even be able to search and to find the truth, because we're gonna be so deep in it by then, you know. Obviously we come back to certain truths, but with just weighing on what I'm doing, I realize, you know, there's a cyclic nature towards, you know, the awakening, but the awakening has to continue. It's a journey. You keep moving forward. So at some point you need to like come on and start moving forward. You can't like keep waving from the distance. After a while you're not going to see the train, and you don't know when the next train is coming, and the next train that comes is probably not going to your destination. So it's time we wake up. I said enough.